What's up, guys? As you can tell, I'm not the one holding the camera this time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, my good old buddy Russell is back. He's holding the camera. We are on our way to see the Meg film, as you can hear by the awesome music playing from the awesome movie Jaws, which you should go watch it, by the way. I'm so pumped. We are behind a red light, and I need to go. Come on! Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm so excited for this. Russell, are you excited for Meg? Yep. It's gonna definitely take one big bite out of our night. This movie's almost like, it's over. Did you say it's about 2 hours long or over 2 hours? About 2 hours long, maybe 90 minutes, maybe 100 minutes.
It's an hour and 53. So.
Hour 53, ooh, that's gonna be good.
Yep.
Oh man, I cannot wait. I legitimately cannot wait for this movie. And then afterwards, Russell and I are gonna sit in the car like we usually do and talk about this movie.
Yep.
I've been staying away from reviews, and when we get to the theater, Russell's gonna show the film. Here we are. Can you see, guys? Can you see it? The Meg. You might want to zoom in a little bit there, Sir Russell. I'm gonna try and get us a good close parking spot. The parking is weird here. The Meg. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go watch this movie. Stay tuned, we'll be back. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing this evening? It's me, and it's also Russell. You guys know him. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to finally the review I've been wanting to talk about for so long, all summer, The Meg. I have been waiting so long for this movie to come out, and I'm so glad that I got to see it tonight. I didn't get to see it the night that it came out. But, I mean, hey, next day's the next best thing. So, I was really hyped for this movie. And this movie is fun.
It is.
This movie, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, before I do get into spoilers, and this is going to come into some spoilers about the book. So, if you've never read the book, and if you want to go read it, I strongly recommend that you do, because I am going to give away some stuff that happens in the book and in the movie. I'm just going to go ahead and, we're just going to go ahead and give our estimated grade. I'm going to give this movie a B. This is a cheesy shark movie.
I had to give it a B too.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, it knows what it is. Yeah. It really does, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a fun shark movie, and I strongly, if you want a fun movie that is one gonna make you laugh, and if you honestly just want to see some beautiful shots of the ocean, go watch this movie. Oh yeah, this movie is beautiful.
It is,
especially the
cinematography was excellent.
Yes. Oh my gosh, especially the underwater shots.
Yeah,
they were amazing.
Yeah.
Especially, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. When they first went down to the Marianas Trench, they actually made it feel like this is a completely different place. Yeah. Like, you're not even on Earth anymore.
Exactly.
This movie makes the Mariana Trench what it is in the actual world. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the Earth. And they treat it like it's this whole other world, and it feels like it.
Yeah, and they even included some very interesting looking designs for some possible sea creatures. Like I saw one that looked like an octopus jellyfish.
That is a creature in the Mariana Trench. Yeah, yeah, in speech class, I actually did one of my very final speech. I did a speech about the Mariana Trench. Yeah, and that is one of the creatures that I saw, and they've even studied that. So yeah, that is an actual thing.
Oh, didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I love Jason Statham as Jonas Taylor. I love all the actors in this movie, especially the little girl. Oh yeah, the little girl in the trailers is adorable. She is hilarious. She's not an annoying character. No, she doesn't feel like she's not unnecessary to the film. Nope. I love her in this movie. Yeah. I really do. Yeah. She doesn't take away from the film. She's not too much. She's just right. They nailed it. Exactly. I honestly do wish that this movie was made by Steven Spielberg, though. Yeah.
I feel like if he was at the helm, it would be a little bit better.
But it's still, for what it was, it was good. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys, I'm going to go ahead and buy this movie on Blu-ray. I was going to buy it whether it sucked or not. I was going to buy it. And anyone who knows me watching this video is probably go, well, we know what kind of movies Nick likes, not the good ones. I've been waiting for this movie to come out for a very long time. I love the book. I love the author, Steve Alten. And he was in control of the script. So, I'm glad that I love, whenever a novel is being adapted, whenever the author is in in part of the process of making the movie, that's a good thing, because that's what happened with Jurassic Park. That's what happened with Jaws. That's a lot of the big summer movies that we've had, like from Jurassic Park and Jaws. I don't know if the author had much to do with the script, but in Jurassic Park, the author did write the script. Now, I don't know if Steve Alten wrote this script, but he overseen it. He looked at it, and I don't know if he edited it, maybe he changed some things, but he was part of the script. So I like when the authors of the book are able to have part in the film that's being adapted from their work. So overall, I'm going to give this movie I'm giving this movie a B. It's fun. It knows what it is, and it has fun with it. It's not, like I said, it's not trying to take itself too seriously. It is fun.
It is fun.
So if you guys don't want to stay for spoilers, this is going to end the regular part of the review right here. So for those who are leaving the video now, see you later. Everybody else who's deciding to stay, okay, so I'm not gonna lie, when this movie started, I did kind of get a little irritated because they changed so much from the book. But
he's one of those guys.
I kind of am, but at the same time, the script was fine. They did change a lot of characters. Well, they didn't really change a lot, but they moved kind of things around a bit. So they did get the whole thing with Jonas Taylor right. Although I do kind of wish, so like the whole entire thing in the Meg book is they got the whole entire thing right of when they go down to the Marianas Trench, he does end up getting people killed. But the difference is in the book, they had him going down to the Marianas Trench like at least 4 to 8 times, or no, it was either 8 times in 4 days or 4 times in 8 days. And we're not, like, you're not supposed to do that. And he was suffering, he suffers from vertigo. I did think they actually did kind of have a hint of him suffering at vertigo. When he gets, when he goes down and dives for the first time, you can see he's hesitant, he doubts himself. That's part of the character of Jonas Taylor. They nailed that. They surprisingly changed the dynamic with his wife. They do mention in the book that they were a terrible married couple, but the whole thing in the book, his wife is a terrible person in the book. Like, you want to see her die. I was like, oh, this is kind of like, she was like the John Hammond in Jurassic Park, where in the movie, John Hammond is a wonderful man. In the book, oh my gosh, he's a douche. In the book, his wife is, she's annoying, she's preppy, she's a word that I'm not going to say because I don't say those words. You want to see her getting eaten by the shark. And boy, when she does, oh, it just feels so good. Just reading about how she dies. But they did get the whole entire thing of Jonas Taylor, where he does end up getting some people killed. But and they even got the reason why he got people killed, but how he got people killed in the book was differently. How he got them killed in the book, it wasn't that he left them to die, it was because he accelerated too fast. When you're down that deep, you can't go that fast because like it has something to do with like the air bubbles and stuff like that, and you die from that. That's what happened. He freaked out because he knew something was down there and he wanted to get out, and he ended up killing 2 people by accident. So they did have that dynamic of where he was responsible for 2 people dying. I like that. Like I said, they changed the dynamic with his wife. His wife is actually not that bad of a character. Although I guess technically, well, no, she's kind of important. They did get rid of so in the book, she is a reporter. She got rich off of Jonas's success. She's a terrible freaking wife. His actual roommate in college ends up sleeping with her behind his back. He's a drunk. Well, they did get the part of him being a drunk, right? He, like, later on in the book, after the whole entire thing, he's a drunk. He's not really taken seriously. He's looked at more as more of a joke, and they do kind of drop that in as well. I did like that. They got the dynamic between him and, I forget the woman's name. I forget his daughter's name. The woman in the books, they do end up getting together. They end up having a family. I can't remember if the dad dies or not. So DJ, now they did change a lot of the characters. skin tones, and they did make them different characters. So DJ, for any of those who have seen the movie, DJ in the movie is actually supposed to be the woman's brother. I cannot remember her name. For some reason, I cannot remember her name, and I just saw the movie. But let me see. Meg Cass. Let's see here. What was her name? Suen. Wait, hold on. Yeah, Suen. So Suen in the book, her and DJ are siblings, and what actually I think I'd have to go back and reread the book, and I'm going to be reviewing the book. Stay tuned for that. In the book, her brother is the one who ends up going down to the Marianas Trench. He either sacrifices himself, or I know he dies, and I can't remember. But that's something along those lines happens. He goes down to the Mariana Trench because they don't trust Jonas to do the dive. They just want him to, like, oversee it and stuff like that. And the brother dies. I believe the dad dies. Suen, and which I actually think her book counterpart's name is different too. I can't remember. But her and Jonas eventually end up getting together. Okay, so they took away 2 deaths in this movie that I really... Well, actually, no, they took away 1. I think they took away... No, they took away 2. So... But they did have a lot of iconic scenes from the book, like the scene where when Suen goes in that cage. That was supposed to be his wife, where his wife is a stuck-up reporter, and the Meg is being broadcasted. She wants to get like a big scoop for her career that'll make her career. Right. And so they have this entire idea of, well, why don't you get in a shark cage and we'll take some pictures of the Meg, you'll make millions. That's what happens. She gets in the cage, and the whole entire thing of the shark tries to bite down on it, but it can't. So it turns and gets it in its mouth like that. There is a hint at the death that she gets. Now in the book, when she's trying to get back on a boat and they throw her a ladder, she climbs up and she's standing on the ladder for like a certain amount of time. She's relieved. She's like, I made it. All of a sudden, she rises up, and it turns out she was standing in the mouth of the Megalodon, and it chomps down on her body and drags her body down. There is a video on YouTube, which I haven't watched yet, but it did say that they took away a rated R scene, which I honestly think this movie should have been rated R anyways. Yeah. But they took away that, but they did hint at it. So even though they didn't have it, I'm glad that they at least did a hint at it. They also did a hint at the helicopter scene. Yes. Now, they do get a helicopter to go after the Meg, and I think it was because they were trying to track it, because in the book, the Meg is eating whales, and it's killing them. Yep. That's how they track it, because if they see any dead whale carcasses, they follow the carcasses, and that's how they follow the shark. And the Meg brings out a helicopter. They actually did that in Jaws too. Yeah. They did that in the second Jaws movie. Interesting. And, so I was honestly wondering how they were going to explain how the Meg got out of, the deeper part of the Marianas Trench. In the book, they are chased by the male. And they eventually end up wounding it, and then all of a sudden the female comes along and eats the male. And it swims through its bloodstream because where it's so cold it can't adapt to the usual warmth of the water because it's so used to being so cold. And another thing that they did really good in this movie is when they get stranded at the bottom of the ocean, actually made me think of 47 Meters Down. They had the 3 characters who were down at the bottom, they were shaking and making it look like it was really cold. And I like that they kept the science in the book. They took the science of the actual Mariana Trench and they adapted it. And they showed how it was so dark and so cold. The intro to the film, I liked how they did the intro to the film. That was good. And they also even kind of did this thing of where how the camera was a little shaky. I think that might have been a callback to because you're in the deepest part of the world. Yeah. It's that would have an effect on you. And so they got that right. They got a lot of these things right. I do wish that they kept another part of the book. When they end up eventually killing the Meg, because they do, they find out in the book that the female Meg is pregnant. And eventually, like, she's, like, in the book it actually says, like, she knows her pups are ready to be born, but she's holding it back because I think she's trying to wait for a certain amount of time or for something. They eventually come out, and there's 3 pups. One's weaker, and one eats, the 2 eat the other. And the book ends with the female Meg dying, and I think even one of the other pups dies. I can't remember. I think so, and they save one and they put it in an aquarium, and that leads to the sequel. Which I don't know if this movie is going to get a sequel. I was thinking that they were going to do like a little hint of her possibly being pregnant when Jonas is like in one of the subs and he cuts open the Meg, which I thought was a really cool scene. All of a sudden, like, I see like I don't know if you saw it too, but I saw movement on, and I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna, and then like a lot of the sharks, I guess like that was kind of like this is for terrorizing our ocean or something like that. And of course we had the beach scene. Any shark movie, you gotta have the beach scene. Although I know the Meg was big, but where it was so deep, although you gotta wonder, how is nobody gonna see a shark that's about the size of a Greyhound bus? That's like the one thing I am wondering. How are you not gonna see a shark under you? And like, there was even like a woman on a paddleboard. She was on a paddleboard, and I'm like, and it was really deep, so I can understand how she could not have poked it, but how could she still have not seen it? You would have at least seen something. This Meg is like the size of a Greyhound bus, guys.
Even bigger.
Like, I love how I didn't know if like the shark was going to come back to life or something like that, and I was like, because like when they kill it and they had it strung up, I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool scene. And like the guy's putting his head in the shark, I was like, something's gonna go wrong here. And then the female just comes up and drags the male's body. They had a lot of things from the book, they just switched them around. I do really hate that they did not give the characteristic of his wife. I really wanted to see her get eaten because I hate her. I hate her so much. But they did a lot of hints, and I get like the movie's about like almost 2 hours long. So if they wanted to go like a full Jurassic Park thing, they would have needed to make it a little bit longer. But I kind of wish that they had went more into Jonas, like made him a little bit more of a depressed person, because he's like, he deals. And they did also bring up in the film how he reimagines his friends dying every single day. So I was okay with that. I was honestly really, at the beginning, I was actually thinking, oh, this is going to be nothing like the book. But it was, I really ended up enjoying it. And I'm just wanting to say, Steve Alton, thank you so much for finally getting Meg out of development. Heck, thank you so much for giving us this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm gonna buy this on Blu-ray. I will swim to Walmart if I have to, gosh darn it. I don't care if Elizabeth City is flooded. I will swim to Walmart and buy the sucker on Blu-ray. In my shark shirt, no less. But I don't really know what else I got. Oh, I forgot. They did a callback to Jaws. They did a callback to Jaws. So, okay, if you've ever seen the Jaws movie, which anyone who's watching this, you should go watch it. There is a scene like when they're trying to figure out what's going on, and there's a guy who's throwing a stick in the water for his dog. The dog's name is Pippin. They did a callback to that because the Asian, like there was a wedding going on, and her little tiny dog Pippin, and it's in the trailer. She jumps in the water, the dog swims out, sees the shark, turns right back around and swims back, and the shark's name is Pip. And I'm like, okay, that's a nice callback. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Hey, there's a Greyhound bus. Actually, no, the Meg was a lot longer than that.
And bigger.
Guys, I'm giving Meg a B. I enjoyed this movie. Please go watch this movie. You will not be disappointed. It's not supposed to be a serious movie, and it knows it, and it plays with it. And we got Dwight from The Office. What other reason do you need to see the movie? Dwight is here. Guys, I hope you've had a good day. Thank you for sticking around for Shark Month. I'm going to be finishing it. I got a couple more shark movies that I want to watch and review. I'll probably continue Shark Month until maybe like the beginning of September or something. Depends on how busy I am. But guys, stay cool, because summer is about over. You guys enjoy your night, and I'll see you all next time as we swim towards another shark movie and the Meg book. Have a good night, guys.